How you guys doing? Dave Hughes, MMA Weekly. I'm going to start out with something that is MMA related or not. You make the decision on it. Cain Velasquez brought up on charges for attempted homicide for allegedly shooting at a man that molested someone in his family. Anyone that would say they would have done something different, in my eyes, is a fucking liar. I back Cain on this 100%. How can we... They're bringing him up on attempted homicide charges. Who are we to say he tried to kill the guy? You know? Maybe he just was shooting to get him to stop so that he could give him a good old-fashioned ass whooping for doing something that's so horrible and that I can't even fathom not going after somebody that did that to someone in my family. Cain's a good guy from what I've ever seen on him through videos with AKA and things of this nature. He's very humble. I've seen him actually taking direction from Khabib, who is a child to him. He came in after Cain was the heavyweight champion of the world. I mean, and he takes direction from him. So he's a humble man. Everything I've ever seen, he's a very nice, well-spoken, good guy. Anyone that ever talks about him tells you he's a nice, good guy. Okay, that said, any good guy takes care of their family. If you try to molest somebody in my family, I'm going to shoot you too. So there's that. I know I don't have a big platform, but anybody that does watch this, reach out. Help Cain out. Support Cain Velasquez on this. He shot at somebody that molested a close member of his family. Okay. That said, when it was first released, I swear they said it was his son. And then they said an underage member of his family. Okay. That said, do I believe it was his son? I kind of do, yeah. I think it was his child or his nephew or something of this nature, but it was definitely somebody close to him. Where I'm picking up stuff on my car lot, garbage and whatnot. But everything that I've ever heard about this man has been good. And now he protects a child, shoots at a man that obviously did one of the most horrendous, horrible things you could possibly do, taking the innocence of a child. Did he overreact? No. I mean, we know what the laws are. He knows what the laws are. Obviously, he didn't much care that he took the matter into his own hands, which, as well, any father would. It's just how things should be. We should protect our own. This is America. We are, we're built to protect our own. That said, I'm going to move on to MMA news. God bless Cain. Reach out if you can. Send some, let him know that you're thinking of him. You're on his side. If you're not, then you're fucked up. Anyway, on to the Colby Covington Jorge Masvidal fight. Who is going to win this fight? Masvidal has one-punch knockout power. Colby has a gas tank that lasts forever. Do I think Colby's gas tank matters against the big punching power of Jorge? Yeah, I do. When you break it down, you have to look at the body of work. Jorge was able to knock out Darren Till, a guy that's a middleweight, let's face it. I mean, he's huge. Look at the fight. He's huge compared to Masvidal. But that said, Till was winning the fight until he got caught. Let's see. Nate Diaz, he looked amazing against, but Nate's better days are past, I believe. That's how I think it. And Usman, there's where I compare the fighters. Colby, took rounds from Usman. Took Usman down, took Usman's punches. Jorge could not. Usman took Colby's punches, took Jorge's punches. Usman got knocked out. Masvidal. I still don't think Colby was out. If you're out, you don't pop up as quick as he did. Goddard is known for stopping fights early. As Dominic Cruz stated, he's not a good ref. He's not. I mean, Herb Dean makes mistakes, but in my eyes, if I'm fighting for a title, I want Herb Dean. I want the best. It's just, I think it's that important. If you're fighting for a title, you let the man go out on his shield. Make sure he's unconscious. If you watch the Fury-Wilder fight, they let Wilder go out on his shield. They let him be a man in the last fight. And that's how fighting should be for a title. You've worked your way, sacrificed family, friends, having a normal life to be a world champion, and somebody takes it away from you by stopping something early. It's enough to crush you, you know. A lesser man would just call it a game, call it a quit. Dustin Poirier's feeling that right now. He lost that fight, and now he don't really give a fuck. He's kind of just there. He doesn't really want to go through what it takes to get back in where, you know, into the mix of being a title contender. He lost convincingly to Oliveira. It wasn't like it was a close fight. Oliveira took his back, choked him out. He has a bad ground game. It seems to be the calling card to his gym anymore, to be honest. I hate to say it like that, but it seems to be true. The calling card to that gym is they don't like takedowns. They lose Colby Covington, and now they don't have that great wrestler. And I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm not saying that anyone's bad or anyone's good here or whatever. I think Dustin is a better fighter than Oliveira, but he obviously didn't prove it on that day. And now it's done. Colby's shtick. That's what a lot of people ask me about outside of the whatever when I'm talking about MMA is, what do I think of Colby Covington's shtick? I think Colby's not a bad guy, surprisingly enough. I've seen him outside, well, not personally, obviously, but I've seen where they've caught him on camera helping young kids, young men, you know, tells them how to get there athletically. One young man's like, you need to let people see this side of you, and he said that doesn't work, that doesn't sell pay-per-views. Speaking of pay-per-views, Colby, let Masvidal have the pay-per-view numbers. He's not even getting paid on the pay-per-view on this. Win, lose, or draw. He just gets his flat rate. So, to me, didn't want you to have to watch me wipe my nose. To me, that says that he truly believes that he's going to beat this man. Is it fake? I don't know. I don't think the beef is what they make it out to be. I don't think it's so much as these guys were tight, man. I mean, we all have friends and whatever, and we're tight with our friends or whatever, but these men bled together, sweated together, every day in, day out. They struggled together. And no matter what, when you struggle with somebody, when you have any kind of adversity that you overcome with somebody, obviously these guys said they were going to take over, and they fucking took over. Masvidal's like, what, the third highest grossing pay-per-view guy going, you know, some shit like that. Anytime he fights, you know, the Latin crowds, they love it. It's not quite like a Conor, but I mean, Masvidal pulls in the numbers here. So that said, They did. They took over the world. They took over. The world MMA, they literally took over. Colby, has his shtick, and it works. I mean, till he was a dick, nobody cared. But what I don't think Colby sees is what I see. It isn't his shtick. That makes me hate him. It's his body of work. It's how he fought Usman. The man never backed down. He never gave up ground. He wasn't scared. He just kept going and going and going and going and going. His body of work said it all for me. That's what makes Colby Covington great. Not the bullshit he talks, but from his own mouth, he said the common MMA fan, the guy that's just watching, or the woman that's just watching, and they want that drama. That's why the WWE does so well. You know what I mean? Like, some of these guys are best friends. Look at, you know what I mean? Look at it. You look in the back, and some of these guys are best friends. They'd rather work with their best friend. You know what I mean? Against them or whatever, as a bad guy, or a good guy, or a heel, or whatever they want to call it. Watching Randy Orton's kind of fun. Randy's like, those days are gone, and it's weird for him because he's been in the business so long that he was there when The Undertaker would never break character. Now, I love watching The Undertaker talk. Like, the actual man, not the guy rolling his eyes in his head and talking like a dead dude. I like the man himself. It's nice to see these guys as themselves. Colby, watching videos with him, I don't give a, and I've said it before on my channel, here's the thing with fighting. I don't give a flying fuck what kind of person you are. As long as you're not a complete waste of life piece of shit, like the shit Cain's dealing with, or you're a rapist, or a wife beater, or whatever the fuck. I don't care what other kind of man you are. You can be a dickhead. It don't bother me. You're a fighter, for God's sake. You punch people in the face for a living and get punched in the face for a living. You're not probably going to be a good guy or a nice guy. The greatest fighter in the world, the greatest fighter that ever lived, is they consider Jon Jones. Jon, I truly believe, tries as hard as he can to be a good guy. He's just fucking not. I love Jon. He's my favorite fighter. I think DC has demons. I know Khabib has demons. Khabib's a horrible person. I mean, why don't you ask Khabib how he feels about women fighters if you ever want to get into a nice fuck Khabib day. See how he feels about women anyway. For that matter, can you look up any other fighter's wife on the internet and find out who they are, or at least their fucking name? Because Khabib's, you'll never see. Sorry about that break in the action there. I had to take care of something. But back to Khabib not being a good person. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what he thinks about women. I don't give a fuck what he thinks at all, to be honest. I don't give a fuck what these guys think. I'm not going to take political advice from a fucking fighter that gets punched in the face for a living. I don't like taking political advice from somebody that sits at a desk and thinks about politics all fucking day. They can say what they want, think what they fucking want, because they're fucking fighters. They're not politicians. Let these guys say what the fuck they want. Look at Sean Strickland. That dude's fucked in the head. He knows he's fucked in the head. He'll tell you you're a fucking idiot if you listen to him. But it is what life is now. It is the way our country is. It is the way the world is, for that matter. It's, make me go on a rant on a fucking MMA channel. Anyway, it's just the way it is. They're fucking fighters. Let them say what the fuck. Who cares if Colby thinks that Dustin Poirier's wife's a hoe bag and his kid's a fucking tool or whatever the fuck? Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? His old lady lets her titties bobble out quite a bit. I'm just saying. I mean, she dresses the part. That's why Colby's going to attack it. Is it true? Probably not. She's probably a hell of a good wife. I mean, to be honest, she probably is. Connor saying your wife's in my DMs or whatever the fuck. Yeah, she's in your DMs to tell you, hey, are you going to give that money to the charity or whatever? Does Dustin skim from the charity? I don't fucking know, nor do I care. I don't donate to it. I don't fucking care. Don't donate if you think he's fake. If you think he's real, donate to him. I mean, I donate to St. Jude's. I'm sure there's somebody out there that thinks that's fucked up. So, you know, it is what it is in the world. Who gives a fuck? You know, they always say, didn't your mom ever teach you to blah, blah, blah? Well, my thing is, didn't their mom ever teach them how to mind their own fucking business? That'd be the best thing for the world. Mind your fucking business. If it involves anything with you or your family, it's your business. If you want to back somebody up that's being fucked over, like Cain, make it your business, but stay out of his business. Don't worry about fucking the bullshit. Stick with facts. You know what I mean? Fact. Somebody molested somebody in his family. Fact. He fucking shot at them. Fact. They're still alive. They learned their fucking lesson. What's wrong with the little bit of street justice every once in a while? Should Cain be prosecuted? Probably, yeah. I mean, he did discharge a firearm in public. He did shoot at a moving vehicle, I believe, is what it's going on. So there is things that Cain does need punished for. Maybe a year in jail. 2 tops. But the gentleman that did this better get 10 to 15. I mean, it's the truth of it. You know, if you don't fuck up and do something horrific to somebody, they won't do something horrific back. Most times. If you mind your own fucking business and leave people alone and not be a dick, people won't come back at you, shoot at you in a normal society. Or like, you know, I don't know what goes on in the upper class neighborhoods or the lower class, but that's how I feel about this part of it. You know what I mean? My part, the part I live. Middle America, middle class America, white, black, brown, I don't give a fuck. It's just America. But, you know, we all have to come to a point where it's mind your fucking business or be involved, but don't be a positive involvement. Don't be a negative involvement. You know, don't put people down if they're trying something different, and don't rag on people if they're just different in general. Who gives a shit? What the fuck does it bother you if somebody's hair is purple, green, or white? I don't give a fuck. Don't bother me. What do you care if somebody sleeps with somebody of the same fucking sex? I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck who you sleep with. That don't bother me one bit. It does not affect my life in any way, shape, or form. So, I don't care. Now, what I do not like is, you are a man, you want to be called a woman, and then go compete in the sports I love against women. No, asshole. No. You're literally a woman beater. Okay, you might think you're a woman, but dude, you are not. You lost your wiener. It doesn't make you, I don't care if you're taking whatever the hell, estrogen or whatever the fuck, I don't even know, hormones or whatever the fuck. You're still a dude, man. I'm sorry. I don't believe in all that gender bullshit. You're a man or a woman. You're not a fucking it. You know, that's a rip. But anyway, this has been Dave Hughes with MMA Weekly. I got a little bit off this week. God bless you all. Stay right. Don't mess with people is the message of the day. Try to support Cain if you believe in his fight. You know, it's how the world is. Make sure you keep down your right path. All right. God bless.